See where you are.
Give me 3 things to describe you.
3 things to describe me.
Yeah.
Funny, overly enthusiastic, and loud.
Quite strong. Not physically. Oh no, I'm definitely not physically. I can be quite quiet, but when I want to be a gobby person.
Odd.
One more.
I don't know. Enthusiastic sometimes.
I like it.
Just copy and paste my answers.
Yeah. Just slightly too.
Alright, nice one. Shout out your name again.
My name's Hill.
My name's Rct Sargeant.
Which week you start Normandy?
Week 3.
Week 3?
Yeah.
Okay. And what was the injuries?
I've got nerve damage in my hand.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you?
So me, it's curvature of the spine. It's called scoliosis. It was unbeknownst to me. Never knew I had it throughout my life. Ended up coming to Pirbright, making it through the initial medical selection. Medicals here. Got injured at week 6 after a tap back the first night, and they discovered that I had scoliosis, so I had to go to Normandy with the injury in my back. And I was in medical holding for a while, but that was probably one of the best times on the camp while I was in Normandy, because the people and the staff there are unbelievable. Like, they really did try.
Normandy has a bad image.
Yeah, I think
that's just because of CMS staff don't understand it. Then you get really worried and you get like, oh, I don't want to go. So you hide your injuries. It just gets worse.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I have the opposite, like from my old troop. So I was in Jackson Company originally, and that was my troop staff were very supportive with me going to Normandy, and they said it's not the end of the world. It's you'll get out of there, you'll get back into CMS. Unfortunately, I didn't. Got very close, but I didn't. And when I was in there, I think I made some of the best friends in my life, and I'll definitely keep them for the rest of my life. So it's definitely not a place to look negatively on at all, because they're there essentially to give you world-class rehabilitation, to make sure that you try and get better, to continue on an army career, because they definitely do want you there if they're putting you through the rehab.
So how you find the permanent staff?
The permanent staff,
Permanent staff in Normandy are unbelievable.
yeah,
They've done everything they can to help you.
Yeah.
yeah. So they'll try 110% all the time to try and help you. So they do anything from doing PT sessions with you to make sure that you're doing your IPs and CV sessions correctly. The staff at the EIRI gym, the physios and the PTIs as well, they're absolutely amazing, because they do nothing but put you first before them. So even if they're ill or got a slight niggle themselves, they'll come into work and still actually put you first and try and get you to where they are. So the rank of sergeants, staff sergeants and higher. So they do look forward to getting out and going to CMS and getting onto the parade square and passing off.
In my time there in rehab, it wasn't the best. They didn't know what was wrong with me. So they didn't know how to diagnose me, they didn't know what was wrong with me. So at the beginning, it was quite difficult, because they were telling me pain's all in your head, and I'm just like, there's pain here, so surely there's something wrong with it. So I eventually got sent to a specialist up at Stanford Hall and got the best help I possibly could have got. And that was all down to Pirbright, they organised it.
Yeah, so for me, I was for a long period of time I wasn't allowed to do any physical like training, because of the risk with a spinal injury. It could progress even with the slightest mismovement, but there was staff there, so staff sergeants there who helped me train and rebuild properly while my time in Gold, to get to a standard where a specialist again from Stanford came down to see me and passed me out medically fit, and that's when everything started to look up for once. After 7 months of basically doing the exact same thing rehab wise, because I had reached a plateau in what I could do without getting medically cleared. And once that happened, all down to Pirbright staff again, the ERI gym and the staff that work at CHQ and RHQ as well for 3ATR Normandy Company really did help massively.
So how do you feel knowing that you're going?
It's bad, you know. I've put 11 months of my life into Pirbright trying to join the army. I've been offered multiple chances to leave. I never took one of them, but unfortunately I have to leave. So it was a bit disheartening. It did hit hard, but I know that I can possibly try again in 12 months, and I definitely will. But it's just down to the fact of things happen for a reason.
And it's due because of your injuries, so it's not because you mess up on maybe physio or something like that.
Nothing. I've never had any, guys or anything like that. Nothing going against me. Not a bad name. So it is simply just down to injury, and I've had recommendations of the CEO as well of Rct, and that felt quite good to get those. But unfortunately, just it's a shame I have to leave. But I'll definitely try again.
I'd say when I first found out, I was completely broken. I was like, I wasn't ready. I put everything into it. I was told I was going to get back into troop after my time at Stanford, and I was told I was going to have a fully fixed hand, nothing wrong with it, no pain. And when I finally got told, I knew it was coming, but I wasn't ready to accept it. And I'm only slowly starting to finally accept it. But the staff in Normandy have helped the process of me understanding and what I can do when I get out.
What advice would you give someone who is looking to go to Normandy?
Someone who's possibly facing Normandy, don't look at it negatively. So you're thinking that you're going to go there and it's going to be horrible because you're going to get treated differently by the rest of CMS. I've been there personally since it was called Sword, so we had yellow rank slides, we stood out like a sore thumb, and even still, we still get, you get along with it, you get on with it. It's one of those things where you just think, yeah, it happened, and you know that you're getting helped to the highest standard possible, and you will make friends there differently to in troop, because you're not spending 14 weeks with them. You might spend longer, you might spend 2 weeks in Normandy, you might spend like maybe 8 months in Normandy. Doesn't matter the amount of time spent in there, as long as your goal is to get onto that parade square and pass off, you'll enjoy every second of it, because the friends you make there are the friends for life. And it is very, what the army adverts and army website tells you, it's friends for life, and it's true, every second of it. So I wouldn't get disheartened if I was going to Normandy, because I know that what happens there is all benefiting me, and it'll definitely help you in the future. So a lot of ex-recruits that have went on to pass off. One of my mates recently who passed off last week, he was called Gunnar Harris. He got 2 awards on pass off, best drill and best endeavour, and that is simply just because of his time in Normandy with the permanent staff, and it makes you a better soldier in my eyes. You might not see that if you're going into Normandy. You might see us as injured or failures, but at the end you're not. You end up coming out of Normandy 10 times better than some soldiers who pass off, because the majority of soldiers that I've seen pass off coming out of Normandy have won awards, and that is simply down to the fact that they've got determination, grit, and they've got like the will to just push through anything and strive for achieving anything, because they've been put down the entire time they've been in Normandy by, whether that's CMS sometimes or CMS recruits, but they do shine, and you will shine when you come out of Normandy. And once you've got your eye on the prize, there's no losing it. I've still got my eye on the prize and I'm leaving. That's why I plan to come back in 12 months and absolutely smash it, get my number 2s and perform some incredible drill on that drill square.
Definitely don't give up. When you get told, if you've got a little bit of pain, go straight to the med centre. Some people might say you're weak, but you're just trying to look after your body, and you've got to look after your body. Normally, once you're there, the first week, you don't really know anybody. You're going to be out here in a week. I was told 4 weeks max, and I've been there 7 months now. My time in Normandy was hard, but the best. And the reason why it was amazing was because of the people around me. They supported me. I supported others. You laugh, you cry, and you pick yourself up. CMS, people in the Scoff House, they all say stuff to you, but it doesn't matter what they say, because you know that you're there, and you know that some people go, they get injured, and they just leave. And to me that's quite weak, because you've got to give it a try, because you've got the best people here. In the NHS you don't get as much help. I went to the NHS first to get an x-ray, and they said there was nothing wrong with it, but the army didn't give up on me, and I've still got the best help even when I'm out, because they've organised it for me.
Yeah, so back to that saying, just don't give up if you go there, don't get disheartened, don't look down on yourself, don't look at yourself as a failure because you're not. You're far from it, you know, you've had the courage to say, you know, I've got something wrong with me, whether it's a stress fracture, shin splints, you know, muscle tears, anything like that.
Broken toe.
Broken bones, you know, snapped ligaments, spinal injuries just like me, or hearing injuries just like an old recruit that was in there. It's nothing can stop you as long as you keep your eye on the prize and show that you're keen enough to pass off, and that's all you want to do, and show exceptional soldiering skills. You'll fly right through your rehab. And you know, if you listen to the staff and listen to the training team, it'll be a breeze, and you will actually end up loving your time in Normandy.
You'll have a laugh.
Yeah, and another thing as well, you get treated like a human being. There's a lot more of a emotional factor. So if you've got a welfare issue, there's
They don't laugh at you and look down at you.
There's a sense of going to the office, NCO's office, or even platoon commander's office, and completely open doors, and you can speak to them about anything. I trust some of the trained staff in Normandy Company a lot more than people I've known for nearly 20 years. I'm nearly 20 years old, so it's one of those places where you learn to actually meet brilliant human beings who put you first instead of themselves, which is the main thing. So just carry on, keep on fighting, don't give up at all. That's all from me. Yeah.
That's a rep.
That's
Don't put that in.
I didn't put that in.
Sargeant.
Hey, Sergeant Sargeant.
You're watching Disney Channel.